Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea for my preview of the Chelsea versus Brentford game in the FA Cup taking place tomorrow afternoon. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. So let's just get straight into it. Talking about opposition, obviously Brentford, they're 15th in the Championship, 27 points off top actually after 27 games, which is quite a big gap to be fair. The last 5 games haven't been too great to be honest. They've got 1 win, 2 draws. In the last 2 games there have been 2 losses. So, not the greatest of forms, if we're being honest. Scott Hogan is their top scorer at 14 goals. I've looked at their last few games, and they've usually lined up in a 3-5-1-1 or 3-5-2. But obviously, I think against us, that might very, very well change to a 5-3-2 or 5-3-1-1. Might not be that under when the lineup pops up before the game. But I think eventually, because we are, just a better team with a better squad, whether we play our first team or a second 11, we're still a better and stronger team, so they will probably sit back a fair bit. It's obviously also Josh McEachran, former Chelsea player, very highly rated when he was younger, returning because he's at Brentford, coming back to the Bridge. A lot of fans, are quite looking forward to seeing him play at Stamford Bridge again. It's quite sad how it turned out with him because, he was literally labelled as the next Frank Lampard and being so great. He had offers from Real Madrid and Manchester United, turned them down because he wanted to stay at Chelsea and sadly didn't work out for him. But yeah, that's how it is. But yeah, I do, even obviously I want us to win, but, if he could have a good game, that'd be completely fine with me. Getting into Antonio Conte's press conference just taken place. I've managed to watch the last bit of it. Some of it I had to look up online what he said. Pretty much where I started in. He can't say or he doesn't know. Either of the two it is. He said he doesn't know if any players will come in this transfer window. So I don't know. That suggests probably if we lose certain players, other players will come in. But if not, I think it will probably stay as it is. But we'll have to wait and see. Then he was being asked about Asmir Begovic. He said he will definitely start tomorrow because for him, and he is still a Chelsea player, there's no doubt about it. And Conte wants Begovic to stay. He does, of course, understand that Begovic wants to leave because he wants to play more regular football. But he said the player also has to understand the club. If there is no suitable replacement found in time, Begovic will stay. There's, no buts or ifs. That's what's going to happen. And I think that's good. It's the right approach. Even though we have Eduardo, who's not that bad. Before he moved to Chelsea, he managed to qualify for the Champions League with Zagreb. So he's not that bad. But apparently Conte is not that much of a fan of his. But that's what it is. Then he was being asked about the youth players, as in particular Kennedy and Musonda. If he has decided, he doesn't seem to have decided yet whether they will go out on loan or not. Obviously, if they play only 1 second tomorrow, they're not able to go out on loan because you can't play for 3 clubs in 1 season. So I don't think they will play tomorrow. They might, depending on who we can get in the next round of the Cup, they might just sit on the bench once or twice for the rest of the season, but I don't think they will play tomorrow. They will be involved tomorrow. Then he was being asked about other youth players like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Nathaniel Chalobah, and Ola Aina. He said Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Chalobah are definitely staying. On Aina, he said there is a possibility of him going out on loan. Not a fan of that at all, because even though I know it was Ivanovic so far playing as the right wing, even though there's rumours about him going out, like I said in the transfer show yesterday, which will be linked up here. I'm not a fan of him going out. We only have Moses there pretty much that can do an actual good job. Ivanovic is, in my opinion, not good enough to start at right wing back in the league. What was that about? But yeah, I'm not sure if I understood it completely correctly, but I think he said he won't play tomorrow. It might just be that he won't start, but I don't think he will be involved tomorrow. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. Just need to flip over my notes. Sorry about that. Great news. Every player is fit and available. He talked about Cahill. He physically and mentally has recovered from the clash with Ryan Mason. Obviously, again, hope Ryan Mason gets well soon. Terrible injury, obviously, that he has suffered. And it's not that easy for a player if you pretty much injured a player, even though it was an accident. You pretty much had his eyes shut. He didn't even see he was going to clash into his head. But apparently he's been, he's recovered from it because Ryan Mason is stable and getting better. So that's obviously good. talking about Batshuayi as well, he said he will play tomorrow, and it is a good opportunity for him again to show that he's an option to play more regularly. Talked about Nathan Ake as well. He said he can play centre back and wing back, and it's also, again, for him, a good opportunity for him to show what he can do tomorrow. So that suggests that he will start. I hope he will start as well. But yeah, that's pretty much all he talked about in the press conference. You know, I'm not so sure about the transfers. As I said, I don't think unless Begovic or Ivanovic or both go out, there will be massive replacements. And possibly even if Ivanovic goes out, that will mean Aina doesn't go out, you know, no. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there, but I don't think we will sign any major players. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Coming to our lineup for the game. It is a really difficult one. I talked about it before the Peterborough game. I talked about it before other cup games. It's really a difficult one to predict. I think it will be very similar to who started against Peterborough, with the exception of Nathan Ake coming in. So what I'm going to go with, and you know, you're going to see two, because I'm not sure what exactly was last time and what exactly will be now. So Begovic, like Conte said, will start in goal. I think the three at the back will be Nathan Ake, John Terry in the middle, coming back, even though he hasn't been in the squad and even on the bench like last couple of games, even though he was available. So I'm not so sure if he will play, but I would like to see Azpilicueta and Cahill and David Luiz, all of them three, given a rest, because we do play Liverpool on Tuesday. But yeah, and then Zuma playing as the right centre back. I think that would work really well, but you know, we'll have to wait and see. Like we did against Peterborough, Pedro playing as the wing back, obviously way more attacking wing back as the other wing back, which last time was Ivanovic. If he's going out to Zenit, if it's as close to happening as, you know, it's being talked about in the papers, I don't know if he will play, but if Aina isn't playing tomorrow, who else? I don't want Moses to play, because that's a position you have to run a lot in, as you all know. And, you know, I'd rather him be completely fit for Liverpool. So I hope Ivanovic or Aina plays there, but as Aina doesn't seem to be playing, I'd rather Ivanovic, if I'm honest. Two centre mids, I'll go for Cesc Fabregas, who hasn't played in the last few games, or hasn't started the last few games, next to Nathaniel Chalobah. And then, obviously, whether it's a 3-5-2, either Ruben Loftus-Cheek just ahead of them, or on the left wing. I really wasn't sure during the Peterborough game. Sometimes he was there, sometimes he was there. Probably a mixture of the two. Willian starting because he didn't start against Hull. And then Michy Batshuayi, like Conte said, will start the game. So, yeah, either those two together up front or as a 3-4-3. We will have to wait and see. But yeah, I'd be very happy with that lineup, and I do think we can very much so get the win, even though I do think there is room for an upset, because you can't forget last few cup games that we played were against League One oppositions, and that is, you know, it's the Championship. It is a good step forward, a good step up. So it's not going to be that easy, and because we do play Liverpool on Tuesday, I'm very much convinced that we will play, you know, a team like I suggested. So there is room for an upset, even though I don't think we will lose or we will draw. You know, we definitely don't want to replay. I think there is a possibility of that happening. But talking about my prediction, I think I'm going to go for 3-1. Yeah, because, again, like with my Peterborough prediction, I line up our defence like I wanted to play tomorrow, and I think like it might well play tomorrow. Hasn't played like that together all season, so there is always room for a silly goal to concede, set piece, something like that. But I do think, you know, attacking players in Fabregas, Pedro, Willian, Michy Batshuayi will get us 2, 3, 4 goals. So, yeah, that's my prediction. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me. I hope you guys did enjoy that video. Leave me all of your lineup predictions and match predictions down in the comments below. I'm very much interested to see what you have to say, because it's a difficult one for me. But yeah, if you did enjoy, please leave a like. There will be this thing here. Again, I keep saying it the same way. Anyway, you can subscribe here, and we massively appreciate that. So if you're not subscribed yet, click it. That'd be cool. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Can't wait for the game tomorrow. Up to Chelsea. And I'll see you next time.